My dear friends, seekers of peace, and companions on this wondrous journey of life, welcome. In the quiet hush of this moment, let us together explore a path that leads not to grand pronouncements, but to profound inner peace. A path illuminated by the timeless wisdom of the Buddha, a wisdom that invites us to look inward, to understand the subtle workings of our minds, and to cultivate a life of true serenity. Today, we embark on a journey into the delicate art of silence, a journey guided by the topic, 10 Things You Should Never Tell Anyone. This isn't about secrecy for the sake of it, my friends. No, it is about understanding the power of our words, the sanctity of our inner world, and the wisdom of choosing when to speak and when to remain still. In our bustling world where every thought seems to yearn for expression, where sharing is often equated with connection, this concept might seem counterintuitive. Yet, as we delve deeper, you will find that true connection, true peace, often blossoms in the fertile ground of discernment and thoughtful restraint. Let us begin with the first wisdom, the first gentle whisper from the path of tranquility. Your future plans and dreams, the blossoming seeds of our aspirations. We hold them close, nurturing them in the quiet chambers of our hearts. And then, often, in our excitement, we scatter them to the winds of conversation. We tell everyone, expecting encouragement, perhaps even validation. But my friends, the future is delicate, like a tender sapling. It needs time to root, to gather strength in the unseen depths of the earth before it can stand tall against the world. Cultivating our dreams in silence, letting them ripen within us until they are robust enough to manifest. Trust that what is meant for you will unfold in its own perfect time, nourished by your silent dedication. When we prematurely announce our grand visions, we invite not only support, but also doubt, unsolicited advice, and even envy. These external energies, though often well-intentioned, can subtly dilute our own conviction, steal our momentum, or create unnecessary pressure. The Buddha taught us about the power of right effort, and sometimes the right effort involves moving to the second wisdom, your acts of charity or good deeds. Compassion, generosity, these are the fragrant blossoms of our awakened heart. When we offer kindness, when we extend a helping hand, the true reward is in the act itself, in the pure joy of giving without expectation. Yet, how often do we feel the urge to recount our good deeds, to seek recognition for our altruism? When we publicize our charity, we subtly shift the focus from the recipient to ourselves. We risk tainting the purity of our intention with a desire for praise, for acknowledgement. True generosity, my friends, is like a secret garden. Its beauty is not diminished by being unseen. In fact, its fragrance is often more profound when offered without fanfare. Let your good deeds be known by their fruits, not by your words. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, sees all, and true merit accumulates in the quiet chambers of a compassionate heart. The third, profound insight. Your personal struggles and weaknesses. We are all human, my dear ones, fragile vessels navigating the currents of life. And in this journey, we encounter struggles, moments of doubt, and areas where we feel vulnerable. It is natural to seek solace, to desire understanding, but there is a distinction between confiding in a trusted, wise mentor or friend and broadcasting our weaknesses to the world. When we indiscriminately share our struggles, we risk being judged, misunderstood, or even exploited. Moreover, constantly dwelling on and verbalizing our weaknesses can reinforce them in our own minds, making them seem larger and more insurmountable than they truly are. The path of mindfulness teaches us to observe our struggles without attachment, to acknowledge them, and then to gently release them. Share your burdens with those who genuinely uplift you, who offer wisdom and compassion, not those who might unknowingly amplify your suffering. Cultivate inner resilience, for that is where true strength resides. Let us now reflect on the fourth wisdom, the secrets of others. This wisdom echoes the very foundation of ethical conduct in Buddhism, right speech. When another person confides in us, they offer us a precious gift, their trust. To betray that trust, to reveal their secrets, is to cause harm, not only to them, but also to our own character. It creates ripples of distrust and disharmony. Now consider the fifth wisdom. Your family problems or disputes. Our families are the cradles of our deepest connections, and often the arenas of our most challenging lessons. Disputes and disagreements are an inevitable part of family life. However, airing these internal conflicts to outsiders rarely brings resolution or peace. Instead, it can escalate tensions, create unnecessary drama, and invite unhelpful interference. Family matters are best resolved within the family unit, with patience, understanding, and a willingness to forgive. Seek reconciliation, not public validation for your grievances. When you speak ill of your family, you not only damage their reputation, but also inadvertently reinforce negative patterns within yourself. Cultivate wisdom in handling disagreements, seeking harmony through internal reflection and direct, compassionate communication within the family circle. And now for the sixth profound insight. Your future plans, if they involve others without their consent. This is a subtle but crucial point, intertwined with the concept of right intention. Often, in our enthusiasm, we might speak of plans that involve other people, perhaps a joint venture, a shared responsibility, or even a future trip, without first discussing it with them and gaining their explicit agreement. This can lead to misunderstandings, awkward situations, and even resentment. It presumes upon another person's time, energy, or commitment without their consent, which is a form of subtle disrespect. Before you speak of shared futures, ensure that all parties involved are fully informed and willingly on board. Respecting the autonomy and agency of others is a cornerstone of compassionate interaction. Let us ponder the seventh wisdom. Your spiritual practices or achievements. The path of spiritual growth is deeply personal, an intimate dance between your soul and the universe. Whether it's your meditation practice, your acts of devotion, or the insights you gain on your spiritual journey, Tihi's experiences are sacred. When we boast about our spiritual achievements or loudly proclaim our practices, we risk falling into the trap of spiritual ego. True spiritual progress is marked by humility, compassion, and a deeper understanding of interconnectedness, not by outward display. The inner transformation is what matters, not the external validation. Let your spiritual journey be a silent river, flowing ever deeper, nourishing your being from within. The peace and wisdom it brings will radiate naturally, without the need for announcement. The eighth, powerful teaching. Your financial situation, both good and bad. Money, my friends, is a tool, a means to navigate the material world. But it can also be a source of much attachment, greed, and suffering. When we openly discuss our financial status, whether we boast of our abundance or lament our scarcity, we invite a range of unhelpful energies. Boasting about wealth can attract envy, false friends, or even requests for loans that you might not be able to fulfill. Complaining about poverty can invite pity, judgment, or reinforce a sense of lack. Neither serves our highest good. Practice contentment with what you have and strive with diligence for what you need. Financial matters are best kept private, allowing you to focus on wise management and mindful living, free from external pressures or comparisons. Now for the ninth wisdom, your resentments or grudges. Resentment, a heavy chain that binds us to the past, preventing us from moving forward. When we constantly verbalize our grudges, we keep the wound fresh, preventing it from healing. We dwell on the perceived injustices, replaying them in our minds and perpetuating our own suffering. The Buddha taught us about the liberating power of forgiveness, not necessarily condoning the action, but releasing ourselves from the prison of ill will. Speaking about your resentments, especially to those not directly involved in the conflict, can also fuel negativity and gossip. Instead of speaking your resentments, practice inner work, cultivate loving kindness, practice compassion, and actively work towards letting go. Your peace of mind is too precious to be consumed by the fires of resentment. And finally, the 10th and perhaps most subtle, wisdom. Your opinions about people, unless asked, and it's beneficial. We all have opinions, judgments, and observations about others. It's a natural function of the mind. However, expressing these opinions, especially when they are critical or negative, without being asked and without a clear beneficial purpose, is a source of much disharmony. Gossip, backbiting, and unsolicited criticism poison the well of human relationships. Before you speak about another person, ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it beneficial? If the answer is not a resounding yes to all, then silence is the wisest choice. Focus on cultivating wholesome thoughts about others and speak only when your words can genuinely uplift, encourage, or contribute to understanding. My dear friends, we have journeyed through 10 profound insights into the art of discerning speech and the wisdom of silence. This is not about becoming secretive or withdrawn. On the contrary, it is about cultivating a deeper awareness of the impact of our words and choosing to speak from a place of compassion, wisdom, and integrity. Here's a point for reflection, a question to carry with you. In our age of constant communication and instant sharing, how can we truly discern when silence is more powerful than speech? How can we cultivate the inner stillness to choose wisdom over impulse in our daily interactions? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights enrich our collective journey. Remember, the path to inner peace is not always about what we do, but often about what we refrain from doing. It is about simplifying, about letting go, about creating space for true wisdom to emerge. By guarding our words, by understanding the sanctity of our inner world, and by choosing discretion, we build a foundation for a life of serenity, free from unnecessary drama, regret, and misunderstanding. This is the essence of right speech, a cornerstone of the Noble Eightfold Path. Let your life be a testament to inner peace, a quiet melody of wisdom and compassion, rather than a loud declaration of every passing thought. Trust in the unfolding of life, cultivate inner strength, and remember that true wisdom blossoms in the fertile ground of a discerning heart. I want us to take a moment and truly reflect on something incredibly powerful, the journey toward inner peace. This isn't just some abstract concept or a fleeting feeling, it's an ongoing, deeply personal adventure, brimming with endless opportunities for profound growth, self-discovery, and the constant refinement of who we are. In today's world, which seems to constantly bombard us with noise, instant gratification, and that never-ending chase for external validation, the ancient wisdom of discerning speech and the profound power of silence aren't just old ideas. They're actually radical, vital tools for navigating the sheer complexity of modern living, especially as you might be watching this video right now. By genuinely embracing these principles, by consciously and thoughtfully choosing when and what to share, and by recognizing the immense, often overlooked strength that comes from thoughtful restraint, you can start to transform your life. You'll move beyond simply reacting to every external stimulus, and instead, you'll begin the powerful act of actively cultivating your existence. You'll shape it from a place of deep intention, inner alignment, and mindful awareness, rather than just impulsive habits or the pressure to fit in. This isn't about retreating from the world or trying to be secretive. Quite the opposite. It's about diligently constructing and meticulously maintaining a robust, undisturbed sanctuary right within the core of your own mind and heart. Think of it like building a resilient inner fortress, not to keep the world out entirely, but to ensure that only what truly serves your highest good is allowed in. This inner haven, far from being just a quiet, empty space, paradoxically becomes a vibrant wellspring of peace, crystalline clarity, and authentic wisdom. It's the silent ground where true insight blossoms, much like a beautiful flower that thrives best when given its protected space. This profound shift is what liberates you from being a mere passive recipient of life's often overwhelming clamor, allowing you to become the conscious architect of your own serenity. This isn't about retreating from the world or trying to be secretive. Quite the opposite. It's about diligently constructing and meticulously maintaining a robust, undisturbed sanctuary right within the core of your own mind and heart. Think of it like building a resilient inner fortress, not to keep the world out entirely, but to ensure that only what truly serves your highest good is allowed in. This inner haven, far from being just a quiet, empty space, paradoxically becomes a vibrant wellspring of peace, crystalline clarity, and authentic wisdom. It's the silent ground where true insight blossoms, much like a beautiful flower that thrives best when given its protected space. And it's from this deeply rooted, unshakable place of calm that you gain the profound capacity to step forward and engage with the world and with others with a far greater sense of purpose, genuine compassion, and truly authentic connection. You'll find yourself responding to situations with measured thought and empathy, rather than just reacting with knee-jerk impulses. Your interactions will become more meaningful, less prone to misunderstanding, and truly infused with a genuine presence that resonates deeply with those around you. This inner stability allows you to be an anchor, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones, your community, and even your online connections. Timeless wisdom invites us to consider that real strength often lies not in what we loudly proclaim for all to hear, but in what we quietly nurture within ourselves. It's not in what we instantly reveal on social media, but in what we thoughtfully safeguard. It teaches us that the most powerful dialogues frequently occur in those profound, unspoken spaces between words, where understanding transcends mere language. They're often forged in shared presence, mutual respect, and comfortable, understanding silence rather than an endless superficial chatter or the constant need to fill every void with noise. It's about recognizing the sacredness of your inner landscape and diligently protecting it from unnecessary external intrusions, allowing your truest, most authentic self to flourish undisturbed. So, as you go about your day, whether you're at work, spending time with family, or simply enjoying some quiet reflection, perhaps even as you watch this video on this evening, may this enduring insight illuminate your path. May it guide your steps toward a life infused with deeper meaning, richer and more genuine relationships built on trust and understanding, and an unshakable inner peace that remains steadfast and resilient, regardless of the external world's inevitable ebb and flow, its challenges, and its ever-changing demands. This peace isn't a fragile state, it's a powerful, cultivated strength that will serve you incredibly well through all of life's seasons. What are your thoughts on cultivating inner peace through mindful speech and silence? As we conclude our time together, let this timeless wisdom resonate within you. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. May your journey be filled with peace, wisdom, and the profound serenity that comes from mindful living. Be well, be happy, be at peace.